Hey everyone, thanks for joining. We'll start in just a moment. Well, welcome everyone. I am Chris Perkins with the Outdoor Recreation Roundtable, and we are so pleased to bring together today's launch webinar for 25 and 2025, a campaign to challenge states to create the 25th Office of Outdoor Recreation and to highlight the immense value of existing offices of outdoor recreation.
And I'm Maribel Castaneda with the Confluence of States, the bipartisan coalition of state outdoor recreation leaders promoting the outdoor recreation economy with a unified voice.
Thanks, Maribel. And before we get too far, if you require closed captions for today's call, you can press captions at the bottom of your Zoom screen and then show captions. Also, if you have Q&A during the call, you can use the Q&A function at the bottom of the screen. We're going to try to get to as many questions as we can today, but we'll definitely follow up with answers to all your questions in a post-event email.
For the next 30 minutes, Chris and I are going to do three things. First, we'll tell you the story of the movement to create state offices of outdoor recreation. Second, we'll introduce you to the leaders from around the country who are making this movement possible. And finally, we'll provide you with new tools and resources to help you create the 25th Office of Outdoor Recreation in your state. Does that sound good? All right, take it away, Chris.
Thanks, Maribel. So let's time travel a little bit. I want to take us back to 2013 and the great state of Utah, to the office of Utah Governor Gary Herbert. Governor Herbert recognized something early on that is clear from our vantage point today, that providing high quality outdoor recreation access for locals and visitors alike underpins Utah's economic success in communities both urban and rural. I want to read to you from their State of Utah Outdoor Recreation Vision report. They write, while Utah's residents and visitors are having fun in the outdoors, they also feed our economy and improve their health. Utah's outdoor recreation industry is a significant and growing part of the state's economy, contributing well-paying jobs for highly skilled workers and a tax base that funds essential state services. Our close access to outdoor recreation contributes to a quality of life that a recent Gallup survey concluded was the best in the United States. This quality of life is particularly attractive to companies and their employees looking to relocate. And as one of the more active states, Utah tops the nation in several health categories. And indeed, recent studies have shown that the outdoors is a major component of recruitment and retention across Utah's economy. So, spurred by the leadership of the outdoor industry and inspired by Utah's outstanding opportunity to connect its recreation access to its economic success, Governor Herbert created an initiative never before seen in state government, the Utah Office of Outdoor Recreation. Now, this new office was charged with a few key things: working across agencies to facilitate an outdoor recreation plan, to organize an annual summit, to collaborate with higher education to identify outdoor recreation research gaps, and to coordinate implementation across public and private partners. With this move, Governor Herbert threw down a gauntlet that many states were inspired to follow. You know, there's an old saying in Colorado, anything Utah does, we can do better. And in 2015, Governor John Hickenlooper created Colorado's Outdoor Recreation Industry Office, followed closely by Washington Governor Jay Inslee. And around this time, the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis started measuring the size of the outdoor recreation economy at the state level, adding new fuel to help create state offices in states across the country. Across the political spectrum, governors recognized that outdoor recreation could help propel their state's economies forward, connect their constituents to the great outdoors, bolster rural economies, and spur new entrepreneurship and innovation. And the outdoor industry was at the table throughout. lending its collective voice to help inspire states to join the movement. And the magic of this movement was that each state crafted its own unique vision to serve its goals. Some placed their new office in economic development agencies to identify new strategies for outdoor recreation to integrate with plans for state competitiveness. Others created their offices in tourism, recognizing the untapped potential to help create new value for rural communities. And others placed theirs in natural resource agencies to ensure that recreation groups would help play a central role in conservation and stewardship objectives. Through executive action or legislation, each state built its office to implement its unique vision. And I'm right now showing you the map of the 24 states who've created these offices of outdoor recreation so you can see whether your state could be the 25th. Go for it, Maribel.
So in 2018, a new chapter in the outdoor movement began with the creation of the Confluence of States. The states that had created these offices recognized that as much as they needed to develop their own strategy, they could also benefit from a unified coalition at the national level to raise the importance of offices of outdoor recreation together. On the rooftop in Denver, 8 states stood arm in arm, representing their governors to sign a new set of accords and serve as a national model. These 5 pillars, conservation and stewardship, workforce development and education, economic development, public health and wellness, and opportunity and experience, would be the through line that unites offices of outdoor recreation and ensure that benefits of outdoor recreation would be enjoyed by the largest community possible, while ensuring the health of recreation resources for years to come. Since that initial gathering, Confluence has been a force of good across the recreation economy. Our coalition meets monthly to identify key outdoor recreation topics across states and share best practices. We've developed many tools and resources that I will share later, and we frequently gather in person to welcome new states to the Confluence and represent the outdoor recreation economy.
Thanks, Maribel. And I want to point out something that stands out about that movement. Few other places do you see governors like Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania and Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan united with Sarah Huckabee Sanders of Arkansas and Doug Burgum, former governor of North Dakota and now Secretary of the Interior. But outdoor recreation has been that thing. Americans of all political stripes agree that time outside is essential to our communities, our economies, and our way of life. And so now that we're here in 2025, I want to look back at what's been accomplished. The outdoor recreation economy has reached $1.2 trillion in annual output, growing faster than the US economy as a whole. Millions more Americans than ever before have connected to the outdoors. And 24 states have created offices of outdoor recreation and formal positions to drive their outdoor recreation economies forward with new investments, initiatives, partnerships, and research. But don't just take it from us. Joining us today are outdoor recreation directors from states across the country, whose work is helping outdoor recreation reach new heights and benefit communities of all sizes. I'm delighted to introduce them to share a little bit about who they are and what they do, starting with the chair of the Confluence of States, my friend and colleague, Catherine Andrews of Arkansas. Catherine, take it away.
Thank you, Chris. Good afternoon. Catherine Andrews, Director of the Arkansas Office of Outdoor Recreation and current chair of the Confluence of States. A recent win for the Arkansas Office of Outdoor Rec was hosting the inaugural Natural State Day at the Capitol during legislative session this past February. It showcased the magnitude and importance of the outdoor industry to our legislators and the media, and also brought together hundreds of people to connect with each other in a way that has not been done before. We're currently working to create the state's first Outdoor Rec Innovation Venture Fund, and we're very proud to be here. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Catherine. And I'll pass it to Connor Hall from Colorado.
Excellent. Great to be with you all. Connor Hall, Colorado's Office of Outdoor Recreation. That was the second office created after Utah. And we I've been incredibly proud to announce last week the launch of the Colorado Outdoor Strategy. So it's a strategy that will guide our conservation, recreation, and climate resiliency work at the state level, and investments in those things for decades to come. A huge multi-year, multi-million-dollar planning effort. I'm really, really excited to launch that, and the rec office was a key leader in all of that.
Thank you, Connor. Jeff Shaw from Connecticut.
Thanks, Chris. Hi, I'm Jeff Shaw, Senior Advisor, Connecticut Office of Outdoor Industry Experiences. I'm excited to share we've entered into the second phase of our Partnerships in Parks initiative, which seeks to enhance outdoor recreation experiences, increase equitable access to the outdoors, and expand tourism destinations across our 110 state parks and 32 state forests. We are currently evaluating close to 70 concepts submitted by businesses, nonprofits, user groups, and individuals, and importantly, suggested by state park staff on potential partnerships for enhanced experiences and services in our parks. It's an exciting time in Connecticut.
Thank you, Jeff. And to another Jeff McCabe from Maine.
Good afternoon, folks. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you, Chris. We are really excited here in Maine to have just launched a outdoor recreation economy roadmap. This is a 10-year plan that was put together over multiple years across the entire outdoor recreation industry, and this will serve as a guide going forward for all our work in outdoor recreation here in the state of Maine for the next 10 years. This is something that has already been key to work here in the legislature, and it's been something we've been using to advocate on the federal level as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Sandy Olek from Maryland.
There we go. Hi, hello from beautiful Maryland. I'm Sandy Olek. I'm the director of the Maryland Office of Outdoor Recreation, where a lot of our work is based on the Maryland Outdoor Recreation Economic Commission, and we have a strategic plan based on that, which pulled together people from all across the state. And we're something that we've been working on that we're really excited about is we pulled together our first ever outdoor recreation summit, and advocates and land use managers and outfitters and entrepreneurs to come together and create the first ever meeting and create community around outdoor rec. And we're excited to be entering into our second year. We've been really working with our local partners through like municipalities and counties to activate the outdoor rec economy, doing fun things like hike the ice cream trail promotions. We've been doing outdoor equity grants to engage groups that have been traditionally not involved or underserved in outdoor recreation. And we're really excited that we've been leading an e-bike policy for our public land. So hoping to expand where you can e-bike in Maryland.
Thanks so much, Sandy. Paul Janegi from Massachusetts.
Hi, everybody. Thanks. Glad to be here. Paul Janegi from the Massachusetts Office of Outdoor Recreation, or MORE. As we like to say, play Mass, play more. One of the things I'm really excited about is our Trails for All initiative, focused on breaking down barriers and expanding accessible and adaptive outdoor recreation and trails in the Commonwealth. Not just because we all need accessible access to natural spaces, but because we believe there's real power in adaptive and accessible tourism in Massachusetts. And so we're working to boost that.
Thank you, Paul. Brad Garman from Michigan.
Thank you, Chris. Hi, everybody. I'm Brad Garman. I'm the Executive Director of the Michigan Outdoor Recreation Industry Office. And here in the Great Lakes State, there's so much to be proud of and the work we've done to help get fourth graders into every state park and so much others. But I really wanted to highlight something I'm particularly proud of. Our office was inspiring and driving to the creation of the Outdoor Innovation Fund. To our knowledge, the first in the country that really drives home the point that Michigan's not just a great place to play, but it's a great place to produce, create, innovate, and manufacture products. And we are excited about that role in our outdoor economy.
Thank you, Brad. Denise Baronio from Nevada.
Good morning or afternoon. Denise Baronio, the administrator for the Nevada Division of Outdoor Recreation. I'm really excited about the Nevada Starry Skies certification program that we have been promoting for the last year. In 2021, the Nevada Division of Outdoor Recreation was tasked with implementing and overseeing Dark Skies certification program, which came out of our Senate Bill 52. And as of October of 2024, we are excited to announce the launch of the Nevada Starry Skies program. And this certification program initiative aims to collaborate with various organizations and with government entities to reduce light pollution, illuminating the benefits of human health, the natural rhythms of nocturnal wildlife and plants, all while promoting Nevada's incredible dark skies and elevating astrotourism.
Thank you, Denise. Janelle Lawton from New Hampshire.
Hi, everyone. I'm Janelle Lawton, Director of New Hampshire's Office of Outdoor Recreation Industry Development. And I'm excited to be here and share a few things we're currently working on to support New Hampshire's outdoor recreation economy. One effort is the development of a statewide workforce recruitment and retention toolkit. So this effort began with Stoneworks Sessions event, where businesses and partners came together to explore how New Hampshire's outdoor assets can help attract and retain talent. So based on the input from that event, from surveys and follow-up engagement, we're now creating a resource shaped by real business needs. And we're keeping the momentum going with Rock Tales and Streams, a networking series bringing outdoor leaders together to get outside, make connections, and drive the outdoor economy forward. And our first Outdoor Industry Day coming in June.
Thank you, Janelle. Nathan Rigner from Pennsylvania.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chris. My name is Nathan Rigner, and I'm the director of Pennsylvania's Office of Outdoor Recreation. In Pennsylvania, we know that outdoor recreation is a good time outside with our friends and family. We also know that outdoor recreation is a $19 billion industry and a strategic tool for economic development in Pennsylvania. And that's why the thing we're most proud of and our biggest win has been helping to incorporate outdoor recreation as an explicit element of Governor Shapiro's 10-year economic development strategy. This is the first comprehensive economic development strategy we've had in 20 years here in the Commonwealth. Outdoor recreation is forefronted in that plan as a pathway for our communities to achieve prosperous futures. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan. Brian Clifford from Tennessee.
Hey, I'm Brian Clifford, the director of Tennessee's Office of Outdoor Recreation. I'm coming to you from one of our beautiful state parks. Our office is hosting our annual Greenways and Trails Forum here this week, where we brought stakeholders from all over the state to come and talk about how we can make greenways and trails better in Tennessee. One thing we're really proud of in Tennessee is our waterways, and we have a huge focus on investment into our recreation waterways. We're investing millions into blueways, 15 rivers that we're making just world-class paddle blueways. And then we're also investing millions into what we call the Bill Dance Signature Lakes. We have 18 lakes that we're going to make world-class fisheries. Tennessee's waters are exceptional. You got to come see us. We'll show you a great time on the water. And if you want to talk about how to open an office, give me a call. I'll help you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Jackie Dagger from Vermont.
Hey everyone, I'm Jackie Dagger. I'm the program manager for the Vermont Outdoor Recreation Economic Collaborative, which serves as our state's Office of Outdoor Recreation. We have 4.8% value add to our GDP from outdoor recreation. And one really big success that we've been able to provide is helping our small local communities take advantage of the benefits of outdoor recreation and having an outdoor recreation economy through funding over $11 million to projects throughout our 14 counties to make the connections between outdoor recreation assets on the ground and the benefits that come from participation in outdoor recreation. We're looking forward to big things to come. We just released Move Forward Together Vermont, our 10-year strategic vision, which will help us direct additional funding.
Thank you, Jackie. Joe Impicoven from Washington State.
Hey, Joe Impicoven, Policy Advisor for Outdoor Recreation to the Governor of Washington State. Behind me in this picture is the Hoh Rainforest, one of the crown jewels of Olympic National Park. Last year, the 140 inches of annual rainfall unfortunately washed out the primary access road to this crown jewel of the park. And it didn't look like we were going to be able to fix the road in time because funding had dried up in a tough financial year. Fortunately, our office was able to secure $650,000 from an economic development strategic reserve account to reconstruct the road and gain access for this upcoming summer season. So what am I so excited about in regards to this? This restores access for the 460,000 annual visitors that come to this area, who contribute $444 million just in Jefferson County alone, and $39 million in state and tax revenue. I'm excited to be joining the governor to go and visit and see the reopening of the road next week. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Joe. And Cassie Mordini from Wisconsin.
Morning or good afternoon. I'm Cassie Mordini from the Wisconsin Office of Outdoor Recreation. Pleased to be here today. And as was cemented in our recent 5-year strategic plan that we released earlier this year, our role is to amplify outdoor recreation as a value piece of our economy and quality of life here in Wisconsin, to fuel innovation and development in the outdoor economy, and to strengthen our outdoor network. And so one of the recent successes the office has seen is developing a do-it-yourself economic impact program, because we know that in order to invest in outdoor recreation, folks need to know what the economic value of it is. And so we've created a program and a tool to help local communities and organizations do this work on their own with a little coach support from the office. Last year's pilot program had 5 communities participate, and they uncovered over $27 million of value from outdoor recreation in their communities, whether it's trails like you see behind me, or silent sports or motorized sports, or county forests that host tons of events. We know that outdoor recreation is driving our economy here in Wisconsin, and we're glad to help support stakeholders continue that.
Thank you, Cassie. And last but not least, Mark Tesoro from the great state of Wyoming.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I think I showed up as Nathan for a few minutes, and I don't have the facial hair that my esteemed colleague from Pennsylvania has. So appreciate the opportunity. Mark Tesoro from Wyoming, Outdoor Rec Office Manager here. One thing that we've got going on in Wyoming is the Outdoor Recreation and Tourism Trust Fund that was stood up by the legislature last year. That trust fund is a hospitality tax that is from heads and beds, basically translated into outdoor rec projects here in the state. So next year in 2026, by July, we hope to put about $2 million on the ground for this trust fund, and very exciting time in Wyoming.
Thank you, Mark. Wow. Well, that was the most state directors we've ever had together on one webinar, and was such an awesome showcase of everything that state offices make possible. If you're like me, I'm sure you're feeling inspired right now and wonder how you might help your state create the 25th Office of Outdoor Recreation. So I'm going to pass it to Maribel to talk through some new resources we've created to support your efforts in the last few minutes of the call. Go for it, Maribel.
Thanks, Chris. I can share my screen here. So over the past 3 years, we've developed a lot of amazing resources to help states learn more about how to develop offices of outdoor recreation, from understanding what offices do to messaging themes that resonate with leaders across the country. So from our landing page on confluenceofstates.com, you just toggle over here to the resources tab, click on state resources, and that's going to bring up all of the recent resources that we've developed. I know many of you on this call want to know how to create an office of your own. So in support of 25 and 2025, we developed a resource called How to Create an Office of Outdoor Recreation. So pretty easy to find. It's a comprehensive guide that highlights strategies and tactics utilized by states who successfully created offices. The guide goes through the 5 key steps we've identified to support state efforts. The first key step being to build a bipartisan recreation economy coalition, identify people and organizations who love the outdoors and would benefit from an official office or division. And this coalition should not only be diverse politically, it should be diverse in terms of what people love to do outdoors and the value they see for the state. Creating an office like this doesn't mean you have to agree on everything. It means that you believe that the outdoors deserves a place in state government. Anytime you can get hikers, bikers, skiers, climbers, hunters and anglers, RVers, boaters, horseback riders, and so forth around the same table, it ensures a vision that will help grow the recreation economy for everyone. And the outdoor business voice is critically important. For example, in Michigan, a tweet at Governor Whitmer from Carhartt got a meeting on the calendar in weeks to create a new state office. The second key step is to create a mission. What is it that your state's outdoor recreation economy needs? The pillars of the Confluence of States provide great inspiration for a vision, whether that's economic development, public health, opportunity and experience, workforce development, conservation. These resources are on our website as well to show how other states have crafted their visions. The third key step is to find your allies in state government. Is that a state legislator who loves to get outside? Perhaps that's a member of the governor's team. Is it the governor themselves? What donors or political figures are involved in outdoor recreation? Doing this kind of research to understand who your allies are can shave months or years off the process to get meetings with a friendly audience. Fourth key step is to choose your path or agency. Every office has been formed through legislation, executive action, or the budget process. Understand what that path is to help determine the structure that you'll need. Where will that office or division live? States often create offices in economic development departments, natural resources, tourism, or the governor's office. And the last key step is ask for help. Chris and I and existing directors of outdoor recreation would love to help where we can, or we can connect you with any of the organizations in the industry as well who could help your state efforts. The biggest themes of successful states are right messenger, right message, right time. And there is also a great template for your draft vision, mission, and purpose. There's also pathways and structures of offices that have been created as well, where states currently live. And then at the end, there's also a timeline of when these offices were created, just to give you a visual of the offices that have been created since 2013. And we hope to fill this in pretty soon, depending on what happens. So one more resource I did want to highlight on our state resources tab. A question we often get asked is, what do these offices do? So we provide an outdoor report, which is our version of an annual report that highlights what our offices accomplish throughout the year. If you need to convey what these offices do, this is a great report to find inspiration. Chris, back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maribel. And I do want to highlight, Maribel has really been the engine behind so many of these great, helpful resources to help both spotlight the value of existing offices of outdoor recreation, and then also to create new offices of outdoor recreation. We want to conclude today with a good piece of data. One good lesson I've learned throughout my career is to follow the data, and I want to leave you with a piece of data that I find incredibly compelling. We mentioned the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis has measures of states' outdoor recreation economies dating back to 2013. So I found myself wondering, which state has had the largest growth in its outdoor recreation economy since that time? And I looked at Utah. So Utah's outdoor recreation economy in 2013 was measured at $4.3 billion. In the most recent year of data in 2023, that figure had more than doubled to $9.5 billion. This represents an 8.1% annual average growth, ranking number one nationwide, which really validates the vision from Governor Herbert back in 2013 that so many of the states you've heard from today are following in their own form and structure to meet their own state's needs. Here's the map, folks, and we're excited to fill it in with you all. I'll echo what Maribel said, which is that we are so excited to help you, both through the resources we've created, but also in one-on-one conversations and connecting you with state directors who can talk about their work firsthand. So we hope you're leaving today feeling inspired to fill in the map, create a state office of outdoor recreation in your state. Thank you so much, and please enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and thank you for joining today's campaign launch.